how'd it happen, huh? How'd it go from a man falling deep into the abyss of love to the horrifying consequences of
the man who kills the woman with the golden purse?
A woman who dies in Bakersfield.
A woman whose downfall is sex.
and me falling in love with her, but too late. Speaking of late, it was late. It was a long, late night in Bakersfield. I had taken out a little office on the second floor of a dairy farm. I was looking out the window at the moon shining a pale, sickly light on an oil field. Suddenly, my door opened up.
Marco, I hope it's okay, I just came in.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, have you found anything out? Do you know who killed my sister?
She had come to me the night before. Who killed her sister? Yeah, I knew who killed her sister. Delilah killed her sister. But I couldn't prove it yet. I just couldn't prove it. I looked at her as she stood looking out the window. The little twitch in her lip, the gleam in her eye, the quiver of her nose, the shimmy of her shoulders, the undulation of her torso, the knocking of her knees, and the tapping of her toes. I looked from the bottom back up, the tapping of the toes, the knocking of the knees, the undulation of the torso, the shimmy of the shoulders, the quiver of the lips, the twitch of the nose, and the excessively blinking eyes. She was the type of woman that I would have fallen in love with if I were the type of guy who would fall in love. But I don't do that anymore. No, I didn't do that anymore.
Nice
Well,
view.
Wanda, why don't you have a seat? I know who killed her. I know who killed her.
Who killed her?
It's a dame named Delilah.
A dame?
Yeah, it's a
Delilah?
dame. Yeah, but I can't prove it yet. I can't prove it, but that's all right. I've got a net circling close around her and the gang, and I got a good buddy, a good friend who's going to help me pull him in. I told you for $12 a day and a ride down to the Shell station, I'd find this murderer for you. You took me to the Shell station.
I did. I took you.
Gave me $12, and I'm going to do it for you. What's your story? You told me all about your sister. Why don't you tell me a little bit about you, Wanda?
Well, I hadn't planned to come to Bakersfield. I prefer a city that's a little more, I don't know, up and coming.
Yet here you are.
Here I am.
You'd have me believe you came here because you knew I had ended up down here. You wanted me to work on this case. It's hard for a guy like me to believe a dame like you would follow him to Bakersfield.
I wasn't following you. I was following your reputation. My sister was my world. I'm not going to let any schmuck find her killer. I wanted you. Because I knew you would do more than just find her. I think you'd be willing to get revenge.
Revenge?
A man who needs a ride to a gas station
It's an old car.
and needs $12
I gotta pay rent.
will do just about anything for money.
Where are you taking this conversation, Wanda? You hired me to do a job, and I'm gonna do that job, but I stay on the right side of the law.
It's not what I hear,
What have you heard?
that you're on the wrong side of the law. You and your sham club and your sham detective agency. Oh, I did my own detective work about you. So I think if I ask you to take care of this murderer, you will. It's just a
Darn.
matter of how much.
Sound a little bit like we're walking a tightrope between blackmail and bribery.
Don't fall.
How'd you find out, Wanda?
Like I said, I did my own detective work. Plus, I know a guy.
What she found out and what the two of us weren't saying to each other is that before I made it onto the right side of the street, I too was part of a gang. I killed a couple of people, that's right, I did. I was this close to the noose, but I slipped out late at night when the warden fell asleep. I stayed on the run for 6 years, changed my identity, shaved my head, bought a suit. Came back with a brand new chance at life. Last thing in the world I was going to do was let this dame take it away from me. Well, there is such a thing as knowing a little bit too much, Wanda. Damn those eyes. Damn those eyes.
That may be true. I have no desire to hurt you or your reputation. I just want my sister's murderer dead. It's only fair, right?
I don't do that anymore, Wanda. I'm trying to walk on the right side now.
It's too late. Once you've murdered those people, your fate was written. You're a murderer, and you always will be. Now you can murder any old Joe, or you can murder a murderer. That's almost like doing something right.
Or I can murder you.
Go ahead. Or you can murder for me and make some money.
The tip
What
of
you
my
looking at?
gun. Wanda. All right. I don't know if you're bribing me, blackmailing me, or seducing me. But suddenly I don't care.
I'm not seducing you.
Well, then I care less. But if you want her dead, then she'll be dead.
Those are the most loving words I've heard in a long time. Maybe I will seduce you.
It won't work. This heart's closed for business.
We'll see. So, you're gonna do it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it. And so I watched her as she walked out, twitching and twimmering all the way. No sooner was she gone than a shadow fell across the door. I shoved my gun in my pocket. Sorry, we're closed. It's late.
Do you mind if I pour myself a drink?
Any man who has to ask doesn't get one. He took one anyway. I don't seem to know your face, pal.
My face isn't to be known. But my intentions are. I hear that you're a man who's been visited by some shady folk.
I like to live in the shade. It keeps the sun off my head.
I saw the dame that walked out of your club, Wanda.
Yeah. What about
Don't listen to her. I hear you're the man looking for the murderer of my sister. And you might know who that killer is. And I'm telling you that I'm the one that's going to get vengeance. And you better tell me now what you know, or it'll be your blood spilled on this floor.
What I know is that you just told me that the murderer killed your sister. And what I know is that Wanda also told me the murderer killed her sister.
That's right.
That means you and Wanda,
Yes. We're related.
well, your brother and sister.
That's right. You're a smart man.
I don't put detective on the door for anybody, but
Half sister if you need to know the truth.
well,
Same
maybe
father, different mother.
It's too late to try to figure riddles like that out.
But I consider her dead to me, Wanda, because she betrayed us, me and my family. She took everything we had and went off and tried to make a swanky life for herself, leaving us in the gutter. But no, I pulled myself out of the gutter with my sister. She became a dancer, and together we worked our way up and made a life for ourselves, something for ourselves. We heard nothing from Wanda. She did nothing for us but betray. And now she wants to go ahead and try to clear up all the loose ends. Well, I'm not letting her.
That's all right, pal. Why don't you put that gun down and me and you'll talk this over like two friends, all right?
Yeah, might be messing with you. So what do you know?
Look, I'm gonna find out who killed your sister. I promise you revenge will be taken.
I better.
Things were going from strange to dangerous, and it was time to wrap this net up tight and see what pieces were gonna fall out. I went back to Sam's place.
Marco, you startled me.
Look, Sam, things are getting hot. Everybody's trying to find out who killed poor... What is this woman's name, anyway? Nobody knows.
I don't know.
Just an anonymous nightclub singer, huh?
In my imagination, she looks like Candy or Bambi, but it's a different person.
In my imagination, she never looked like anybody, but suddenly all she could look like now is Wanda.
Listen, Marco, we've known each other, well, ever since you arrived in town under mysterious circumstances. I remember you got here, you had a big floppy mop of hair. You cut it right off. You bought a suit. You opened a couple businesses. I always thought we were about as close as two people could be in Bakersfield. That's why I'm glad you stopped by. I need to give you a warning. You know Delilah?
I know Delilah.
I've hidden her away where she'll be safe from you. But she wants me to kill you. She thinks you're going to keep coming and coming and coming. And frankly, Marco, I know you and I think that's the case too. You're like a bloodhound. Once you get a sniff of a case and a suspect, you don't know when to let go. So this is a warning, friend to friend. Back off, and back off now. I don't want to have to do this, but I promise Delilah I will. All right, Marco? I love her. She explained the whole thing to me, okay? She's innocent. It was an accident. She's not a part of any gang. She was trying to leave all them behind. Her gun fell out of her purse.
Will you listen to yourself? Her gun fell out of her purse. What are you, fat?
Come on, Marco. When you came here and assumed a new identity, we didn't ask you any questions. That's how Bakersfield is. It's a place where you can start over. Why don't you let Delilah start over?
It's too late for that. I tried. I tried to stay on the right side of the law, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. You were straight with me, friend. I'm going to be straight with you. I know for a fact Delilah killed that person. I know for a fact because I was watching when it happened. All I need is proof. But if proof is going to elude me, then I don't even need that anymore.
Marco, are you telling me it wasn't an accident?
I'm telling you it wasn't an accident.
What happened on that night, Marco?
I was there in the club. I was hiding behind a large urn.
You guys sound terrible.
Oh, come on, we're just trying to back you up.
You have absolutely no tone.
Delilah, I need this job.
Hey, what's going on in my club? Why are you kids fighting?
Have you heard them, Terry? They
It was
cannot
just-
carry
it was just
a
a rough
note.
night. It was just a rough night. We'll be fine.
It's a rough night every night.
Do you know who you're messing with? With the Logan gang. Terry, Bobby, Delilah. You know why there's only 3 of us? Because we killed the rest.
What Delilah didn't know was that this dame wasn't any backup singer who just happened to be hitting off notes and ruining her act. This dame was a lover who jilted Terry. And this was an elaborate setup to put Delilah, who Terry knew could not brook bad singing in her backup act, in the presence of a bad singer, knowing that she'd be driven to murder.
When I sing this, listen to Terry. Listen to this. Am I blue?
So blue.
Oh, God! One more time. Am I blue?
So blue.
Step back for a minute. You. Terry.
She was methodical.
Am I blue? Am I blue? Oh, God.
Oh!
How could you?
Delilah! She cannot carry a note.
Delilah, why would you do that when there's an anonymous man standing in the corner?
Just as he noticed me, I dashed out. And that's what happened.
No!
That's what happened.
I won't hear any more! You're a liar!
Listen, because that's what happened. And it's even worse than that. Situations have changed. I tried to stay on the right track. I stayed on the track. But the track wasn't going in the direction I thought it was. Ain't that like life? You plug along and you plug along on a certain track, thinking you're headed towards uptown. All of a sudden you realize you're 5 stops into downtown. I'm in downtown now, and Delilah has to die. And I'm the mope who has to kill her.
No, I won't let you. Marco, I've got her hidden. And I swear to me, you'll never find her. You will never find her, and you'll never hurt her. I love her.
Listen, Sam, I warned you against that, didn't I? I warned you against falling in love with people. There's nothing good can come of it. Listen, you're not much different than me underneath the nice suit, underneath the fancy tie. You think you're the only one packing heat? We've all got heat.
You know me, I'm not a violent man.
You're not a violent man.
Don't drive me to this, Marco, but I swear if I see you again after tonight, I will kill you.
Well, let's hope you don't see me then.
Ben, Ken, get him out of here!
They were only dames, but I was scared.
Let's go, mister. Come on.
I headed toward home. I wanted to check on Delilah. You see, we were in the height of the Cold War, and me being a paranoid man, I built a bomb shelter in my backyard. It was buried with a secret entrance. I knew Delilah would be safe under there. I was going to visit her, but as I entered through my house, I ran into someone unexpected. My wife. And a man. Lucy.
What? It's my house too.
You're back.
That's right.
And who the hell are you?
Name's Bobby Flanagan, pal. Your wife told me that you have a safe here. Safe that, I might like to get into.
I have a coded door, yes, but you won't find what you're expecting behind it.
Oh, come on.
I know where people hide safes. It's behind this painting, isn't it?
That's right.
Nope.
All right, it's behind this painting.
Nope.
Why do you have so many large paintings in here?
It's in the backyard.
Well, okay, I'm gonna go there now.
All right. I'll take you.
Take me!
Just put the gun away. I led them out to the backyard where I had the bomb shelter. I was quavering. But Delilah and I had worked out a secret knock for if there was trouble. It's here, behind this shrub. Go ahead, open it up.
You know, pal, your wife's a lot like a safe. All you have to do is feel her, listen to her, and she'll open up.
Why, you son of a...
Not too fast, pal. All right.
My greatest treasure on earth is in there. The new woman I'm in love with.
How could you?
We all headed down into the shelter. Delilah looked angelic even under the light of the fluorescents, standing next to the MREs and canned goods. Oh dear, I'm sorry.
Sam, I thought she'd never...
See, there's nothing down here, just the most valued thing on earth. An angel who can sing.
Who is this?
Someone who doesn't make me razor blades filled meatloafs, that's who.
Are you the one from Los Baños?
No! She's from San Francisco. We're in love.
How could you?
Lucy, don't pay him any mind. They're not in love. Are they, Delilah?
I love him.
This isn't part of the plan.
What are you talking about? What's he talking about, love?
He's talking about this isn't part of the plan.
What does he mean? What do you mean?
The plan was that you were never supposed to fall in love with me.
Wait a second. This was a ploy all along. You've just been trying to pit me against Marco.
Yes.
You wanted him dead.
Yes.
You knew he was the witness, the only surviving witness to your murder, your actual unaccidental murder.
He told me that if I just played a ditzy blonde that you would love me. And you did.
My brother-in-law told you that, did he?
He did.
Damn it, he knows my weakness.
Wait a minute. Bobby, what does this all mean? What does it mean?
Lucy,
Did you lie to me? Go on, Bobby, tell. Did you lie to me?
Lucy, you're a pawn in a game.
You mean you used me?
Did you hear my thing about the safe? But that doesn't mean you can't have a place on my arm.
Oh, quit sniveling. Of course he used you. How dare you! That stupid meatloaf and that razor blade. You don't know how to kill somebody. You don't know how to kill anybody. You don't do it with a razor blade and roast beef. You do it in a pork.
Lila.
Oh, come on. And you put poison in a stupid apple in their mouth. I don't know who you are. Nobody tells me how to make meat. I tell you how to do it. Nobody tells me how to kill somebody with food.